Magda, you're very deserving of this award. Your excellence in teaching and simulation was infectious, helped launch my academic career. Congratulations.
I was so excited with the opportunity of nominating Magdi Milad for the APGO Lifetime Achievement Award. For many of you, Magdi is a well-known name. He has been very involved in our surgical scholars courses. I want to share a couple of stories about Magdi with you and really the influence he had on me as both a surgeon and as an educator. I had the great luck of being one of his residents at Northwestern. We all loved Magdi because he had such a practical approach, but also a keen attention to detail. And this was really imparted into all of us in the work we did and also in how we taught. And a great example was it would be very common for us during our GYN rotation to sit in the lounge with a hysteroscopy tray, learning how to take apart a hysteroscope, put together a hysteroscope, with the knowledge that one day you may need to know this because your OR team may not be able to do it. Little did he know that in my first case, as my first attending job, I was working with a resident team doing a hysteroscopic IUD removal, and no one in the room other than me could put together the operative hysteroscope. Chalk went up for Magdi. As I continued my career as an educator, I was one of the first participants in the hysteroscopy scholars course where Magdi was one of the faculty. So a few years later, I joined the electrosurgical scholars faculty. Once again, there's Magdi, teaching us, faculty as well as scholars, of how to be excellent surgical educators. Fast forward a little bit further to the surgical education scholars, and now I'm being asked to give Magdi's infamous electrosurgical skills class, the Mr. Wizard of Electrosurgery. I was so nervous. Could I ever do this as well as Magdi? And I'll have to say that between Keith Nelson, myself, Jessica Apoko-Inane, we have all struggled to be nearly as dynamic, as practical, and as thorough as Magdi was as he gave this talk. Magdi, congratulations on receiving this award. I can think of few people else who could deserve such an honor, and thank you for everything you've done for me and for APGO.
Hello, everyone. When Dr. Ohlendorf reached out to me to indicate that I was being considered for this APGO Lifetime Achievement Award, I was in complete disbelief. And my gut was telling me, no, there's no way. That can't be right. What have I done? And wait a second now, does that mean I have to retire? But I resisted the urge to say no. And I remembered my improv training from seemingly dozens of Second City classes. And in my mind, I responded with yes and. The yes and philosophy has its roots in comedy, as you might know. While on stage and when faced with a statement like, let's throw a party for Arthur, rather than responding initially with the word no, like, no, I can't afford it, or yes, but we won't be able to find a venue. Improvisers will use the response yes and to build a new scene, to make things bigger, like let's throw a party for Arthur. Yes, and let's have the party at the Ritz and we'll wear top hats. By yes-anding proposals offered to me from undergraduates to fellows and even at home with the family, I've been able to grow and to be more effective. I leave my ego behind and I have an open perspective and I build on what was being offered up. You can't create something that you wouldn't even have thought possible with the yes and philosophy. This is exactly what APGO did when they started the Teach the Teachers course for hysteroscopy in 2006. They yes-anded it with the 2011 electrosurgery course, and that was followed by another yes and to develop the surgical scholars course that you all know and love. So next time you're faced with a research opportunity or a suggestion for an educational tool, or even at home to do something fun, I encourage you to preface your response by saying yes and just see where it leads. It's an awful lot of fun. I'm deeply appreciative to Dr. Ohlendorf, to the APGO board, not just for this honor, but more importantly, for allowing me to serve APGO for so many years. And to my family, my parents, my wife, my siblings, and my children, and to Northwestern for their unwavering support. And to all of you, thank you, and thank you for all that you've given up to further women's health. So, in response to this being offered this Lifetime Achievement Award, I will respond with yes, and I'm not done yet.